Hi, this is Bill Draves at Learn, and I wanted to show you where I canoe during the summertime in northern Wisconsin. This goes out to all my colleagues at Neologix, now friends of mine, Shan, Janu, Rakesh, Anoop, and all the others who are helping us out at Learn. This is my little corner of paradise. So on the left, North America, and the yellow arrow points to Lake Superior, which has 10% of the world's fresh water in it. On the right, you see Lake Superior. The orange circle is Chicago, the blue circle is Minneapolis, and I'm 6 hours from one and 8 hours from the other in that yellow arrow right up there. The green on the map is forests. Zeroing in on our little area of the world, this is one of four most densely laked regions in the world. This is about 100 kilometers wide by 50 kilometers, and there are 1,000 lakes within this area, and this is where our little house is. But I don't canoe the lakes, I canoe the rivers, and there are many rivers as well, and we will look at some of them. Here are some of the rivers that I canoe. There are no houses on these rivers, no boats, no people, usually, and that's what I like. It's just nature and canoeing on a river. Most Americans don't do this at all. I'm just one of a very few people who canoe out in nature, but this is what I like to do, and this is some of the rivers I canoe. Some of the rivers are narrow and some of them are wide. Uh, right here, the water is pretty shallow, but you can see the stones on the bottom of the river. The water is very clear, um, very clear. Here's another one. I like the narrow rivers and trees all around, the sights and the smells. This is a big area of water. We call it a flowage, but there's lots of water here, and it's nice canoeing as well. This is a river in fall, and the grass that you see is wild rice, and I thought you would like that. It's a particular kind of wild rice. It's black in nature and very chunky when you eat it. And the Native Americans used to survive on wild rice, and they would harvest it, and it would last all winter and keep them alive. Um, and it's very delicious. We harvested it 1 or 2 years. This is my little canoe. It's really a canoe just for one person, and you don't stand up in it. You would fall into the river. Um, and this is one of my favorite places to put in. Those are big trees, about 200 years old. Another uh, place where I put in, and all this is about within a half hour to an hour of our little house up north. Another river I love to canoe. It's just very peaceful, and I don't canoe very far. I just look all around and look for animals, which I occasionally see. Not always, but sometimes. There's a deer in the river, and the water is not green. The water is very clear, but all the trees around it, the sun makes the water look green because all the green trees around. If you look up, you occasionally see birds. In the upper left corner is the bald eagle, and we have a lot of bald eagles in our area. Upper right is a baby owl. You don't see them very often. They are awake at night. In the lower left-hand corner is a loon, and that's very specific to our area and has a really eerie, beautiful call. And then on the lower right are swans, trumpeter swans, and they're the largest birds in North America. And then if you look around, you are lucky if you see animals, but you do. Upper left, porcupine. You don't want to get too close. Upper right, a raccoon. And at the bottom, also an animal you don't want to get too close, a bear. And this bear was swimming across the river right in front of my canoe. My favorite animal, and the one I go looking for every time I canoe, is an otter, a river otter. This is a mother in the water and a baby on the log, and they're just so wonderful and playful, and here's more otters. They pop their heads out of the water like a periscope on a submarine, and it's kind of fun seeing them. And some animals I've only seen once in 20 years. This is a bobcat, and it's a meter long. It's not a little cat. It's a meter long, and I was real close to it, and I'm glad that he was not all that interested in me. And then one time I was canoeing around a bend in the river, and I heard noises, and I got excited and thought it would be otters, but no, it was a moose. And this is a rare animal that doesn't come into our area very often, but it's like 1,500 pounds, whatever that is in kilograms. And it's 8 feet tall, almost 3 meters tall, and it has those big antlers that can knock you over and kill you, and they're pretty fast. So there was an adrenaline rush, and I took 3 pictures in 5 seconds and then turned my canoe around and paddled as fast as I could. And then you can also look down into the water, and um, to the upper left is a lily pad, and those are irises, flowers. Various times of year, there's really pretty flowers. And then on the right, those are grasses beneath the water that are very pretty and calming. And once again, all this is in the middle of forests with trees all around, and it's very pretty, and I really enjoy it. Thank you for visiting my little corner of the world, and more importantly, thank you for making YouGot class, a much bigger corner of the world, a big success. Thanks to all of you at Neologix.